Hi there, welcome to class. I'm Miss Faust. Please make sure you have paper out. You may want to get the notes on punctuation. You might want to get those out instead of a new sheet of paper. It's up to you. But you're going to need paper, you're going to need pen or pencil for today. We are getting ready for a punctuation test. I'll talk some more about that when I talk about your assignment. So for now, let's do a quick review. Okay? So I've got some tidbits up on the board to help us along. So we've got our 6 major punctuation marks. We've got the comma, the semicolon, the colon, the period, the question mark, and the exclamation point / mark, along with their symbols. So we've got that. So remember, 6 major punctuation marks. That's it, just those 6. Let's look at our rules. For the comma, our very first one was items in a series. In order for us to have a series, we need more than 2 items, don't we? Okay? He likes skiing, comma, hunting, comma, and fishing. Period. Correct? There is that comma right before the conjunction and or the conjunction or. Do not forget that comma. You don't write he likes fishing, comma, and hunting. That doesn't work. So remember that. So that's your series. Then you have the 2 independent clauses, complete thoughts, that are joined by coordinate conjunctions, your CCs. Okay? Remember the word boys fan. That's the memory word for your 7 CCs. But, or, yet, so, for, and, nor. Okay? He wanted the candy canes, comma, and she wanted the lollipops. Okay? Finally, we have the dependent clause, the DC, and the independent clause, the IC. Remember, dependent clauses, not complete thoughts. They may have a subject and a verb, but they're not complete, and they can't just sit there by themselves. They need to, in most cases, be linked to an independent clause. Although she said yes, comma, she did not really want him to go. Although she said yes, is a DC. Why? Because of the first word, although, which is your subordinate conjunction. There are many of those, more than 7 CCs, okay? Although, though, whenever, when, if, because, since, until, so many, many, many more. Okay? Your subordinate conjunction takes what's an IC and turns it into a DC. She said yes. That's an IC. I put although in front of that. Although she said yes. And it must be linked to an IC. Okay? Although she said yes, comma. Okay. Any questions? Oh, which reminds me again, I want to make sure I emphasize it. Make sure that you put your commas before the CCs, not after. So don't write blah, 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 and comma. It's blah, 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 comma, and. Okay. Your semicolon. 2 ICs. 2 independent clauses. Whoops. Linked in thought. What comes after the semicolon must be linked to what's before. Example. She entered the room, semicolon. She chose the first chair. Okay. Then you have, oh my goodness, more conjunctions. You got your coordinates, you got your subordinates, now you got your conjunctive adverbs. Again, there are a number of conjunctive adverbs. Not as many as the subordinate, but a little bit more than your CCs, such as however, thus, then, also, furthermore, nevertheless, okay? So you have 2 ICs connected with one of those special words. I call them here, for our purposes, CA. But unlike this, the coordinate conjunctions where I say CC all the time, it's, like I said, for our purposes today, CA. Otherwise, conjunctive adverb. Okay. He loves salad. Semicolon, however, comma, he does not like to add carrots to his salads. Okay? So here we go. Semicolon, conjunctive adverb, followed by a comma. Please remember that. Semicolon, blah, 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 comma. Okay, so make sure you've got that. Okay, your colon, again, another form of the list. But with the colon, if you have 2 items, that's it. That's all you need. Then you don't have the commas, okay? There are 2 phrases. What are those phrases that we need to remember so that we know, oh my gosh, a colon is coming, because it triggers the colon. Yes, the following, and what was the other one? As follows. I need the following school supplies. Colon. Pencils, comma. Lined paper, comma, and erasers. So as a colon, pencils, and lined paper, there's no comma. So with the colon, you have other rules are combined. So you have that comma rule, don't you? Okay. Explanation, clarification, where you try to explain or clarify. There's only one way for Susie to succeed. Colon. Work harder. Work harder explains the only way she'll succeed. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so that's your colon. Everyone got this? Okay, let's move on to over here. Some might say, well, this is the easy part of the punctuation unit. Okay, your period. The major rule is, when you see a period, it means the end of a sentence. So be sure to add periods. Exactly. He chose purple. There we go. Question mark. You're asking something, aren't you? Did you hear that? Okay. Question mark, right? But here it comes. I wonder if she heard that. Is that a question or not? I wonder if she heard that. What do you think? You don't think it is? You think it's a period? You're right. It's not a question. How do we know it's not a question? Because it's not direct. I'm not saying to you, did she hear that? You're thinking to yourself, I wonder if she heard that. You're not asking anyone directly. So be careful with the question mark. Some of our statements that just require the period. Good job. And finally, exclamation point or mark, depending which one you prefer, it's the emotion. Lots of emotion. So you're showing lots of feeling. Okay, again, you've got the exclamation point. And look at over here. Perfect example. We have here a poster. Whoops, pointing in the wrong place. We have here a poster with a bunch of zebras. And there's one sticking out. And he's saying, be yourself. Full of emotion. He wants to stick out and be himself. There you go. So keep in mind, it could be words such as, ouch. It could be a phrase, fantastic job. It could be a sentence, here she comes again. Okay? Does that make sense? You have any questions whatsoever? If you do, contact me before next class period. All right. So keep in mind, there is a test. Here we go. The assignment's 2 parts. 2 parts. Prepare for the punctuation test, which is scheduled for next class period. Next class period is test day. You've got notes, such as these. You've got videos that you can listen to and watch again. You've got everything that you need. But if you still have problems, contact me. That's why I'm here, to help you. All right. And you know what? A lot of statements I just said with the exclamation point. Okay. Number 2, which is due today, is we're in the midst of a wonderful essay. Are you excited? You are? Okay, great. Yes, we're in the midst of an essay. We've done paragraph 1. Now we need to do paragraphs 2 and 3. So today, after you prepare for this test, okay, after you prepare for this test, I want you to work on paragraphs 2 and 3 and make sure that you get them done today and that you send those paragraphs off to me immediately today. Okay? And we're so close to the end of that essay, which means we'll get ready for it. Next one. Oh, wow. It's just one after another, isn't it? It's good practice. It's good practice. You'll become great writers. Yes, indeed. Okay. So again, study and write. And don't forget, do today the paragraphs. Test next class period. I hope you have a wonderful, productive day. Till next class period. Bye-bye.